Hey guys, Muffin Sports Cards back again with another YouTube video here for you guys. I'm not really showing any cards this time. I know it's been a while since I posted a video. I've made a lot of videos from the past, from things that I've opened, but my mom got a new computer and I haven't been able to upload videos to YouTube using the software that she has, and I haven't gotten it uploaded to my new computer, so whenever this video comes out, I will have it on my computer and I will be posting videos more often, so I'm sorry about the delay on that for you guys. But here we go. We're gonna do a YouTube or a Instagram Q&A today. For you guys on YouTube, there will be a link in the description that will send you to this video. But we have several questions to go over. I just kind of wrote them down on two little pieces of paper here, with the person's Instagram handle, so you can see who asked the question and such like that. But without further ado, we are going to start here. First question is going to be, how long have you been collecting from Patriots cards? And I've been collecting for about a year, and well, I mean, I've been collecting for a long time. Probably I started when I was probably about like 12 or 13, I guess. I can't exactly remember. But it was mostly just like base stuff, you know, I was one of those kids that you go to the store and you were a good boy and your mom got you a pack of cards type of thing. And I mean, I liked it and it was really awesome. And oh, my cat says hi. Yep. She's bugging me right now. But yeah, I was one of those kids that basically you went to... Cat, get out of here. I'm trying to talk. You went to the store, mom got you a thing of cards, but when I started actually collecting to the point where I'm actually collecting like things that you see in the photo, or in the video here, the booklets and such, I started about a year ago in May or June. I think it was June, early June. My mom took me to a sports card shop. We were in town. It's about an hour away is the nearest card shop. And she said that she was going to take me over there, and I ended up going over there and picking up a couple things, I think. And I mean, it just kind of got me rehooked on it, and I was kind of at that stage where I'm going to be a senior in high school. I don't really have a big hobby. So I took up card collecting, and I didn't have a job yet, so it was really slow starting out, making some really small trades, getting back to used to collecting, and getting put into a more sophisticated style of collecting with high end and some nicer style cards with autographs and such. So it was a big transition for me. It took a while, but I think I started really getting into it about October, whenever I started my job and actually getting paid from my job. Is when I started actually finding myself getting new cards. I started my Niall Davis collection early September or late September, before my job, and so my collection's not even a year old, but it's getting there. It's almost a year old, and I'll probably have a little bit of a giveaway or something when that happens. I like doing giveaways for y'all, so we'll see where we go with that. But yeah, I've been collecting heavily for about a year now, but I've been collecting since I was about 12 or 13, just being familiar with card collecting and in the sports world heavily with it. Next question is going to be, if the Chiefs traded Knile Davis today, would you still PC him? And that's from Football Cards 8. I get that question asked a lot. Mostly, I mean, I don't really know how to answer that question, because it's kind of one of those things that you kind of have to see a lot of the things that the logistics of things, like where he's going, what the scheme is of all of that, and how things will play out with the trade, like who's going to be there, because you don't know if it happens in 2 years. You don't know who will be on the Chiefs. You don't know what his situation will be, and I feel like with the contract year coming up for him very soon, we're going to be seeing this transition, this talk even more amongst the Chiefs fans, amongst the NFL, if he starts actually playing really well. And it's going to kind of be a game day decision that I just sit down and I say, I don't know, do we really want to keep going with this, or do we want to cash in the checks now? Because we all know that some of the big times to sell are if you get something when they first come out, of course. If they get traded, if they get signed to a new team, if of course there's the possibility of, if the player passes away, there's like a big boost in the market, which I wouldn't sell during that time. I feel like that's a little selfish. and also like when they retire or if they make the Hall of Fame. So count I might count my chickens whenever if he gets traded. Depending on the team he goes to, if there's a big upside for him going to that team, I might hold on and just wait, see how he does. But there is a good opportunity that I might end up selling. So I don't know exactly how to answer that question because I can't give you a definite yes or no answer. But there are a lot of possibilities that would show that I would consider it heavily. And after that, what I would probably do is I wouldn't really PC a specific player. I might just collect the Chiefs and collect like on the side. Wanting to go to 2017 Nationals. It's been a plan we've been hatching up with a couple friends of mine, which will be back in Chicago. And I'm kind of hoping that if I don't have the PC, that I can bust some cases and hold on to some rookie stuff and kind of become more of an investor than just a plain collector. But I do want to keep the collecting aspect because it does make me original, and I feel like that's what's kind of made me the collector I am today because of it. So we'll see how it goes from there. I appreciate the question. That is a good question to ask. The next question is going to be, what do your hobbies consist of? That's from baseball_cards88. Outside of card collecting, I really don't have much. I used to play baseball. I used to play fall ball and like whatever, all those leagues and stuff, and then I played locally and I played for the high school a couple of years, but now I don't play. I graduated. So with going off to college, I mean, it's kind of limited. I want to get into some intramural stuff, so that'll probably end up being a little hobby that I take on. For those of you who don't know, intramurals is like club organized sports, I guess. It's like softball leagues and like all that good stuff. So I kind of want to get into that because that'd be kind of fun to do. I enjoy airsoft. My dad really enjoys rock crawling, and me and him are probably going to go out and start doing that quite a bit because he's a big rock crawler collector, kind of like I am with card collecting. So, I mean, a little father-son bonding time doesn't hurt. And, I mean, other than that, I used to show animals. I don't know if that's considered a hobby per se, but I used to show longhorns, and I still do have them, actually. And other than that, I mean, I like hanging out with my animals, playing with my dogs. Going out with friends. That's about kind of what it consists of. Card collecting is I like playing Xbox too. I play video games quite a bit as well. So I mean, I don't really have a whole bunch that I do now. Mostly what I do is just card collecting, and I play some video games. And when I'm not doing those, I'm working or doing stuff around the house, or I'm going to be doing college pretty soon. So I'll be really busy, and it's going to be a lot less collecting in the future for me. Next question is going to be, where do you work? New York's Cards asks. I just work at a local pizza place downtown. It's nothing huge. It's a local pizzeria. It's called Monk's Oven. And it's not, there's just like one restaurant in the whole United States. I mean, it's not like a chain or anything. It's just a local little pizzeria that we have in our town, and a lot of people enjoy it. We live in a town of like 3,000 people, if that. And so, I mean, it's kind of nice. We don't get like swamped, but I mean, it gives me time to make money, and it gives me a lot of chances to improve my customer service skills and my public speaking skills, because I'm always talking to people, and I wait tables. That's my job. I do work in the kitchen sometimes, but mostly I'm waiting tables is my job. So I really enjoy it. It's been a great first job, and coming up on a year working there this September 9th. So it'll be great. Next question. One thing that bothers you about collecting, one thing that you enjoy, and that's from CB_sports cards. One thing that bothers me about collecting is, well, let me think about that. Let's go to one thing I enjoy. I really do enjoy, I don't see it much on the Instagram community. Like, I mean, I guess now I'm kind of seeing it. I'm seeing a lot of people give back. And I've always tried to be someone that kind of does that. There are a lot of times that I can't do that, but there's always somebody giving back to the community, and it's just kind of a constant cycle. But on like the Facebook page that I'm on several, but the big one that I affiliate with is the Chiefs card collecting page. There's just about 50 members, and I think there are about 10 to 12 that are really really active, and we always help each other out finding stuff, and we always give back to each other, and it's. There are people on there that have helped me realize that it's not just about collecting. It's about giving back to others and helping each other's collections grow to crazy numbers. Like, I have so many things that I've been given by people that I don't deserve. I've received cards that I just sit there and I'm like, wow, I can't believe that I just got this as a gift. Looking back from where I've come, I mean, it's crazy, and it just makes you want to give to somebody else because you realize the feeling that you get from it, and it's just really helped me to become a great collector, and it's helped me become humble with my collection as well. And I do appreciate all the guys that have helped me get this far, but I really do enjoy that people give back to each other and make this hobby like it was 10 to 15 years ago, where you give somebody some cards that you have because you know it'll help their collection rather than yours. And I mean, sometimes, yeah, you want to sell those $150 cards. Yeah, I'm not saying just give away like a really expensive card, but like maybe those $5 to $10 cards somebody might need out there that they just don't really have the money to get right now, and send it to them. I mean, I'm not pressuring you to send somebody a gift, but I mean, this, I have a pile from the Chiefs group of cards, like all that. That's Chiefs stuff, some nice stuff that I mean, it's not great, but there are hits in there, and there are a couple like nice little autos. I just gave this one to a guy who collects Bo Wallace. He's a Chiefs unsigned free agent from Ole Miss. But I mean, and they help me out. Like, I mean, they've helped me out, so I feel like I should at least give back something to them. And that's what makes collecting great to me. It's helping each other out, and really understanding that it's not just about selling. It's not about being greedy and wanting all the money for a $3 card. It's about giving it to somebody. I mean, help somebody out, make someone's day. Plenty of people have done that for me, and I'm really glad that I can do that for other people as well. I can't give out like crazy stuff because I've sold most of my non-PC stuff or gave it away. But what I do have left, I've been just kind of giving away to people. I don't really worry about selling it unless it's like a $20 card, because there are a few Niall Davis things that I'm looking for. But for the most part, a $3 card won't do much difference for me. So, I mean, why not give it to somebody who wants it for their collection? Something that bothers me about collecting, I mean, it's really hard to find big things. I guess it's just kind of the people that we kind of get involved with. There are some bad apples in the community that I don't like, and there are people that take collecting for granted, and they take their collection as a way of dominance over people. And I mean, I've tried to not let that affect me, but there are people that do let it affect them, and it's just kind of sad to watch. But I mean, it's gotten a lot better, and I mean, there's not really a whole lot of bad thing that bothers me about collecting, so I can't really answer it with like a big emphasis on it. But I mean, there are people that take their collection and just kind of throw it at other people, like, wow, I can't believe like you think you're good, but I have this and that, and people just get in little fights over it. And I've probably been in one or two of those. I'm not saying I haven't, but it gets sad from a certain period of time. So I guess that's just all I have to say about that. Next question. What does it say? What is the most valuable card I own? CH Bull 9. Well, I don't really have like extremely valuable cards. I mean, I do PC Knile Davis, so I'm not like $400 cards and stuff. One of the cards you're looking at right now is one of my favorites, National Treasures Quad Laundry Tag Auto. I mean, I got that. I have a Superfractor RPA from Bowman Sterling. I mean, I got this. I mean, I don't really have a ton of really expensive cards, but I just have a lot of quality, nice looking cards, I guess. I mean, probably my most valuable one would probably be the Superfractor, but at the same time, I really do like that middle one as well. Probably under $200 for both of those cards you can get for each. So I mean, not super valuable, but like I said, I like collecting now. So why muffins? That's the next question. NJ cards. Well, for those of you who don't know, my name is Tud, T-U-D. Just pretty easy out there. You can, one syllable name, most people can get it. And a lot of people like that little stud muffin, like you're a stud muffin, and people just take the S off, and then you got Tud, and people call me Tud Muffin. That's my nickname. That's my Xbox gamer tag. That's kind of the nickname that I affiliate with. For the most part, a lot of people call me that, and that's kind of what I stuck with, Muffin Sports Cards. It's been the same way since day one. I made that. I haven't changed it before. And I don't think I'm going to change it because I feel like that's kind of how people identify with me. So that's why I got muffins, and that's why right now my profile picture is the muffins from a local editor, or from a local what do they call them, graphics editor, like designer. Uh, I don't know what they call that, but yeah. Good question that I probably will probably botch an answer to. Who is better, Winston or Mariota in card values? This is from Windy City Sports and Memorabilia. Uh, to be honest, I don't know. Cat, be quiet, please. I don't know much about the 2015 rookie class besides, I mean, Chris Conley, and Marcus Peters and just a couple other guys that I might have heard a little thing about. But Winston and Mariota, of course, I've been hearing about since their junior years. And personally, I like Mariota. I think Mariota should have went to the Bucks. I'm not a fan of the Bucks. I'm not a fan of the Titans. But I think Mariota should have went to the Bucks just because I think he's a better player. But of course, I don't know the schemes that they use. I don't know like their playing ability to the max. Like, I don't watch game film over them. Some of you might have, so you probably know like a great answer to. But if I was to take one person, I'd pick Mariota any day. And card values, I think Mariota should be higher. I never have really looked up the value of a Mariota or Winston card, so I couldn't tell you off the bat. But I mean, I would assume Mariota is a higher price to pay if you're looking at like the same card, but those two players. But I could be wrong. I mean, people might be high on Winston right now, and I don't know how training camp's going. I don't know how things are going, so I can't answer that question with 100% yes or no on who I think for that. So, how has collecting impacted your life today and why? That's from PM8 Cards. It was a big portion of my senior year for me. Senior year was a very busy year, and it was full of a lot of crazy crap. And I mean, I really enjoyed getting on almost every night and showing people what I got, and I enjoyed having that time to go out and get cards and pay for them and enjoy them in my collection, and kind of just go through my senior year with something to do in my spare time when I wasn't out hanging out with friends or doing school work or working my job. So cards kind of kept me really busy my senior year, and I feel like it's going to keep me somewhat busy during college when I'm not busy with college. So I mean, I've met a lot of great people. It's given me a lot of ambitions to go out and do some other things. Like, it's make me want to go to Chicago in 2 years to nationals to go meet some of my good friends, Andrew, Gabe, Riley, and the gang of people that I've been able to meet. And it's made me want to go and like just kind of meet people. Like, I mean, I've offered to go take some people to baseball games that I know from the community that live pretty close to me. So I mean, it's helped me socially, I guess, as well. I mean, I'm already a social person, but it's helped me kind of branch out a little bit more than I'm used to in a small town, and I kind of like that in a way. So it's definitely helped me with my people skills throughout the community. So I've really enjoyed it. Why Niall Davis? This is going to be a really quick answer. This is from Cards for Sale 1. This video is getting a little long, so I'm going to try to hurry up and finish most of this. Why Niall Davis? I mean, I'm not like those most super collectors you see have good reasons. Like, I went to college with this guy. I knew this guy. I've talked to this guy. Like, I mean, that's kind of how it is with my Ross Ellendorf collection. Like, I know him personally. Like, I show some of his Longhorns, and I've met him, and he's a really nice guy. But Knile Davis, I mean, I started out collecting, and I just needed a kind of a guy to focus on. And I mean, of course, I'm a big Chiefs fan, so I wanted to be a Chief, and it was coming off of his 2013 rookie year, so I was just like, why not him? I mean, I think he's a good player. He's got potential. He's not super pricey. And at the time, I needed something that wasn't super pricey with my job starting. I didn't start waiting tables until like December or something, or like November. So I mean, I really wasn't making as much money then with my job that I was now. So I really needed something that wasn't super pricey, and he was kind of that thing. And now, I mean, he's kind of getting up there. He's still pretty cheap, but I mean, I feel like I could turn a profit on what I've bought from things in the past. But hopefully, it doesn't get too much higher, and I can keep getting what I want. and things will be all good from there. Next question. Can I beat you in a Black Ops 2 1v1? That's from LF Cards. Most of you know I'm a big Call of Duty player. I used to play competitively actually a while ago. I never was like crazy like FaZe or MLG, like stuff like that, but I did play a little bit on the MLG circuit, but not anything high end. And I used to be really, really good at the game. I've gotten better. I used to play Battlefield, is what I kind of branched off to most of my senior year, and I just got back into Call of Duty. So, I mean, I'm getting better. I'm starting to put up 20 to 30 kill games in Team Death. So, I mean, we'd have to kind of see. Since you said Xbox, I'm sure we can play each other sometime very soon. I'll give you my gamer tag. It's just Tud Muffins, so it should be pretty easy. And we'll settle that score on the field. If you could buy any one of one, or, well, this is an or question. If you could buy any one of one, or several autos or jerseys of your favorite player, who would you choose? And that's from my Braves 2012. I assume by autos and jerseys you mean autos and jersey cards, like relics and stuff. I would pick any one of one because you specifically said any, and there are a lot of one-on-ones out there that I would really enjoy having, and I guess that kind of goes to my dream Niall Davis card. I can go ahead and pull that one up. What is the dream Niall Davis card? And that's from baseball_cards 165. And I'm going to kind of stall so I can look on my phone for a photo of it. But most of you know that the dream card that I've always been chasing for my National Treasures 1-of-1 set is the National Treasures 1-of-1 RPA laundry tags card, and that's been a card that I've dreamed about, and it came up on auction while I was overseas. I have a photo right here, this one, and it came up in auction whenever I was overseas, and I had a friend go for it for me, and it just went above max bid, 207.50 with 40 bids. However, the person that did buy, and I feel like it was the buyer, or it was the person selling, the person had zero feedback, but I did contact, and it is a Probstein listing. I don't know where it shows that. Yeah, Probstein. But I feel like it was shielded by the seller, the guy who originally owned the card, but Probstein said that he did pay, so I'm hoping one day I'll see that card up there again. I might overpay for it, but I really do need that because I own most of the one-of-ones for the National Treasure set, and that's the big one keeping me from it. So that's my dream card currently. Next question. What former NFL running back do I think do I see Niall as? And that's from that Shoelace Cards up on the top right there. I've read a lot about this, and one of the best things that I've seen is, and I mean, Chiefs fans don't like the answer, really, just because of his past after he left the team and stuff. But I kind of agree. Is I believe Knile Davis could be a richer version of Larry Johnson. He's got the thickness to him, but he's got the speed as well. He's got some vision problems early on in his career. Knile Davis, of course, is only got a 3.5 yard per carry average, and a lot of that is due in part of his vision, his football vision. Of course, Jamal Charles has that, which is the kind of thing that's separating them right now, I believe. Is if Davis can work on his vision, then I think that everything will be great, and he could be very close in caliber to what Jamal Charles is and what he will be. But I think I honestly see him as a richer version of Larry Johnson. He's thick. He's got the potential. Johnson and Davis have both had vision problems early in their career. Johnson was stronger later in games. Niall's more consistent throughout the game. He shows the same average per carry throughout, and so I mean, I kind of see a lot of similarities there. I've watched game film where that could very well be true. That could very well be a possibility, like a very good grouping of the two. So we'll just kind of have to see. I don't really know a whole bunch about many other running backs to really throw comparisons out there, so I'll just kind of keep it at that. But that's what I'm going to go with as my answer. If I could PC any Hall of Famer for cheap, who would it be? And that's from @Wolf's Sports Cards, or @Wolf's_sports_cards. I'd probably stick with the Chiefs, and I be torn between two of my favorite legendary Chiefs to collect, and that'd be Jan Stinrud and Lynn Dawson. And I'd probably end up picking Jan just because I know a Chiefs guy that has a lot of Jan stuff and a lot of stuff that I want. And I could probably end up prying it from his cold dead hands eventually if I really tried. So I know where to get some of it from. Lynn stuff, it's probably scattered throughout Chiefs Nation. I know a lot of people have his stuff, so it'd be harder to get. But Jan, I mean, I really enjoy his memorabilia and his kind of history that he has as a player, so that'd probably be who I'd go with there. I'm going to skip this question and go to how to value a card, and we're almost done with these questions. I got 3 more, and 2 of these are going to be pretty quick. How to value a card, pretty much this was answered in football.cards or Brooks' video on YouTube. If you haven't seen it already, it was pretty great actually, and that's what got me to do this Q&A. Basically, to value a card for me, it's really simple. If it, like she said, if it's like a mass-produced card, like say you have this this Trent Richardson, I just saw it here, so I'm gonna pick it up. Like this pretty basic jersey card. I think it's game used. Yeah, it says game used. But I mean, if you have that and you look online at recent sells, go with kind of the average price, maybe a little bit less, because a lot of people don't like. I mean, unless it's a heavy PC of them, a lot of people don't like paying the regular price for like a low end card. They like decent deals on them. So if that card's regularly selling like $3, but one guy's bought it for like $7, don't think it's a $7 card. It's really like a $3 card. You'll probably now end up paying $2. Like someone will probably give you $2 for it, $2.50. I'd probably give you about $2.50 for it, because I mean it is game used. So they say. I mean, we all know how inaccurate that could be sometimes. But I mean, if you're wanting to value a card based on like a mass-produced card, that'd probably be the way to go about it. Maybe a little bit less than what the average eBay selling is. But if it's like a higher end card, you kind of have to go with similar style cards of it, like a card that's very similar, or kind of go with your gut feeling on it. If you have a good gut feeling. There are a lot of lower numbered cards, especially, I mean, like if it's like out of 5 or an out of 2 or something, there's going to be a really good possibility that the others haven't shown up on eBay. So you're going to kind of be able to control the market in a way because it's the only one and somebody might really need it for their set. There are plenty of cards that I need for my set that I've dropped probably about $15 to $20 more on just because I really need it. And there's a card right now that I'm willing to pay $35 to $40 for just because it's my last score. It's this variation right here of the Gym Masters set. I just need the out of 6. And I mean, I'm getting in box breaks for score or from the hot rookies and stuff. I'm trying to find it. So I mean, there are cards that people need for their sets that they will pay more for. So that is why they have or best offer, and you can raise the price a little bit on it just to kind of see if you can get some people reeled in. But for the most part, I mean, if it's a pretty basic card, you want to go by eBay value. A lot of people say eBay value doesn't matter, but to me, Beckett value doesn't matter because who's going to pay $8 Beckett value for this when I can get a Niall Davis decent RPA for that price? So I mean, Beckett value to me isn't good. A lot of people still use it. That's an opinion. But to me, eBay value is kind of what's been setting the standard on cards lately, and that's just a decision that you have to make. How much money invested in Knile Davis? That's from @football_cardmaster12. I don't really like to say how much I've invested in it, so I mean, it's been a lot. I haven't kept track of it really, but I know by just looking at the cards that are like on this front, on the front of my showcase. I mean, I've got like a whole thing of cards in that box, plus most of that is Niall Davis. Most of that, 22 booklets and stuff. But I mean, just looking at it and kind of being like, wow, I remember spending that much on that card and this card and this card and this card. It adds up, and I mean, there's been a lot of money invested here, and it's not necessarily an investment. That's kind of what I wanted to highlight on. I mean, it is a player collection that I enjoy collecting, Niall Davis, but the loophole is that there does come a time where you do have to call it quits because you don't want to just sit on them and sit on them and sit on them, and eventually the card's not worth what you paid for it originally. It's fun collecting, but to me, you've got to know when to kind of cash in, or not even cash in, just get your money back. and I mean that's possibility of what's going to happen. So I mean, it's not necessarily an investment. There is the upside of it becoming an investment. I mean, you can call it an investment because I have so much, but I mean, it's not the main focus right now. I'm collecting him because I enjoy collecting him, but there is that upside of there it could be a good investment. So it goes both ways. You can see it however you want to see it, and that's fine with me. The last question though that we have is this one, and I liked the question. I think I kind of talked about it actually a little bit earlier. It is, how can we get rid of all the negativity in the community? And that is from Who Day Cards. Truth is, you can't. That's just my answer right there. There's always going to be somebody. We all know about the stupid card community, TBH guy, or vegetarian cards, whatever you want to call them. There's always going to be the bad apple there. There's always going to be somebody starting stuff. There's always going to be a little fight between a couple collectors. We have like 4,000 plus. There's always going to be two people going at it at one time or another. I mean, I'm going to be that way. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm going to get in little arguments. I'm going to get in skirmishes. You're going to get in skirmishes. I mean, there's going to be times where things just, you just got to let it out. You got to tell people what you think. And that's, to me, that's okay to an extent. There are times where it does get out of hand, and I understand that. But you're never going to get rid of all the negativity in the community. There are people that have really been helping lately. We went on a little streak of giving in the community. Like, everybody was giving back after Kentucky basketball cards had that big giveaway, which, I mean, I have great respect for the guy. He's a nice guy, super nice. He deserves everything he's got. He gave back to people, crazy stuff. Like, I'm telling you, like, things he gave back, I was just wow. And it really touched a lot of people, and a lot of people gave back themselves, and I think I even gave back. I sent out a couple packages. I don't think I really like had a contest or anything. I think I just gave back, and I did one contest of the My Card Story 2015 a little bit later after that. And I mean, giveaways and stuff, and we went through a little string of that, and things were okay, and then of course things got back because people forget pretty quickly about the past within the community. So it's not ever going to be perfect. It's not ever going to be peachy. There's always going to be people scamming. There's always going to be people looking to take advantage of one another, and that's just something that you got to know when to press the block button. You just got to get rid of the people that aren't doing well, that aren't doing your page well, and that aren't helping anybody's cause. And that's what I've been kind of doing. I mean, if I hear a lot of negative things about a person, I'll just straight up block them. I don't want to have a future altercation with somebody that's just unruly. So that's just my views on it. I mean, you can have your own views on that. There could be ways that you think will fix the whole issue. I don't see that. I think there's always going to be some form of negativity within the community, but there are people that are helping, and there are a lot of people that have been giving back, and there are a lot of those great people out there. So that wraps up the Q&A. This got pretty long. I've been sitting here for 33 minutes talking into a camcorder with my cat sitting next to me because she's obnoxious. But this should be uploaded pretty soon, I hope. I'm gonna have to download some software onto my computer, so it could be a little bit, but I have the video made. I did this right after everybody submitted their comments, so we'll see how it goes, guys. I appreciate all these questions. I'll probably be doing this again, and I'll do a PC update once I actually get the software on my computer. I'll do a PC update and upload it that night so it can be up to date for you guys, and y'all can see where I'm at. So I appreciate all the support from you guys, and you guys have a great evening. Good night.